Hey, this is Chelsea Dupre, host of CJ and Cell. Thanks for listening to the following podcast on Public House Media.
Hello, my name's Kim Meyer, host of Choose to Rise. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. And when you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Choose to Rise, where I talk all about finding your inner strength, improving confidence, and loving who God made you to be. I bring tips and strategies and things that have helped me rise up to be my current best self, and hope that you can do the same. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You can find my show on Apple Podcasts, publichousemedia.org, and chooseToRiseUp.com. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming shows. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Hello, my friend. It's Julianne Condia. Thanks for tuning in to Rewritten. I'm your host. Rewritten is all about rewriting your story. So no matter your past, no matter your season, no matter your circumstances, I truly believe that you can rewrite your ending, that you can live the life that you crave to live. You just have to take action. There is no magic pill. There is no magic trick. It's just applying action to the knowledge you have. And I always think when we become aware, so let's say you become aware of what makes you jealous, you become aware of comparison, you become aware of limitations that you feel, insecurities that you live out. Because you're aware of them, you can take responsibility on what you do with that. I definitely think we are our most strongest person when we can bounce back from setback, that we can take the things that have happened in our lives and become stronger because of them. And so thank you for tuning in to Rewritten. Thank you for having this a part of your life of personal development and growth. That makes my heart so happy. I think that personal development is everything. When you can start to really work on your mindset and your belief, you can do anything. This episode is brought to you from a suggestion that I had on Instagram. And by the way, I'm always open to that. I definitely would love to hear what you would like to hear on Rewritten. I want to make sure that the content is relevant to your life and to your season and questions that you might have. So today I want to talk to you about singleness. And if you know a little bit about me, I got married to Eric. I think I was 25. I don't know. We've known each other for a decade. We met in college. The first time I ever saw him, I knew I would marry him. I was instantly attracted to him, not just his looks. He is one piece of fine man, but I knew we had this connection, right? People say soulmate, whatever. I just knew. I knew that was going to be the man that I married. It just took him 4 or 5 years to figure that out. And then we started dating. And I'm just so grateful. I love my marriage and I love our journey. I love our walk. Now, before dating Eric, before being with Eric, I walked a season of singleness. I walked a season of dating. I walked a season of insecurity when it came to thinking about that. And I would say that what I know now, I think I would have done things a lot different then. Nothing with Eric would I change. I am so grateful that God is put us together. I am so grateful for that. But in my time of singleness, here are some things that I really wish that I would have known. And I really do think I'm not just talking to the single person. I really want every woman to hear me on this. It does not matter if you are single, married, engaged, in a relationship, dating, whatever. It does not matter. If you do not work on yourself, that is the most devastating thing, because there is no one person that can live life for you. There's no one person, right, that can change everything for you, because I'm telling you what, if you are not so steady in yourself, so strong in yourself, so confident in yourself, your number one cheerleader, you are going to find validation. You are going to try to find getting approval of other people, which by the way is the number one addiction in life right now, is the approval of other people, you are just going to feel empty. You are not going to feel secure. You're probably going to feel super insecure if you are constantly trying to get filled up by other people. So being single, being married, it's the same thing. That I have to be solid in who I am in order to be the best version of myself for the people in my life. So if you're single right now, my number one piece of advice for you is to figure out who in the heck you are and who you want to be, because it is really easy. It is super easy to change who you are for someone else. It's really easy to stop believing in the things that you believe in. It's really easy to let things go. It's really easy to just want to find that comfort and security in someone else. But in the long run, it's not. I have seen people in my life have such strong beliefs, and then they lost their beliefs because they started dating someone else that had different beliefs. And then actually, now that I'm thinking about that, they probably didn't have as strong beliefs as I thought, or that they thought, because now things like faith aren't as important to them, right? Living healthy isn't as important to them as it was before. And so when you start to truly work on yourself, know yourself, you'll settle for the best. And I think that that's so good. And you'll settle for someone who pushes you to be better, right? Because what I also have been finding, and people that I mentor in some relationships that they're in, let's just say they started dating someone and they weren't really healthy. And then they started dating someone, they got married. Then all of a sudden they decide that they want to be healthy. I have seen spouses completely put down their significant other because they want to become more healthy. And I think that's a reflection on how that spouse feels about themselves, that they feel so insecure that they don't want their spouse to become healthier or in better shape. They're so insecure that their spouse would leave them or something like that. So friend, if singleness is a season you are walking, it is so important for you to write down those non-negotiables. What is important to you? What is your vision? What dreams do you have for yourself? What are some non-negotiables as far as when it comes to some other people? Because for me, I really value that Eric loves being healthy. He values that I'm really healthy. So for you, I think that this is the best time to create solid beliefs in how you want to live life, because you setting that tone is only going to bring someone into your life that has that same tone. I have a friend, and she is amazing, and she is so adventurous. She is just healthy. She is so full of life and love, and she started dating this guy who is honestly really awesome. However, he does not live an active lifestyle. He does not take good care of himself. He really cares about the approval of other people. He values money more than valuing his own health. And he wants to look successful, right? And not necessarily feel successful. And I'm so proud of her because she realized in the long run, that would do her and him more damage if they were to stay together, even though she really, really likes him. Because he wasn't living out values that she truly believes in, she knew later on that wouldn't be good for the both of them. That takes a solid person to come to that conclusion, because it would be so much easier to settle. It'd be so much easier to stick with it. It'd be so much easier to just ignore, right, those habits, because let me tell you, it does not change in marriage. Habits are built over a time period, right? I have not drank soda since 2007. Now I don't even have to think about it. But when you're beginning that journey of giving up something, it's all you can think about. I have not drank alcohol in over a year and a half. When I first gave it up, it's all I could think about. Now, I'm so used to not drinking alcohol that it's not even anything I think about, even when I go to a wedding, even when I go to a winery, even when I go hang out with friends at a brewery, right? I live in wine country. Alcohol is all around me. And I had to create those habits and I had to stick them out. You creating solid habits right now is the best thing you could do for yourself. You working on yourself, you becoming the best version of you, because you being the best version of you, you only carry that into the relationships that you have. And as far as waiting for that person, no one person can make you any happier than you make yourself. My mentor once said this: who in your life is your biggest cheerleader? If you cannot name yourself, there's a lot of growing that needs to happen. It's so true. You cannot rely on everyone else to be your cheerleader in order to accomplish your goals or to live the kind of life that you choose to live in the best kind of way. You being your best cheerleader is the best thing that you could do for yourself. You being single, you walking this season, and maybe you're not single, and maybe you're making this shift. There might be some people in your life, including a spouse, that is against you wanting to become the healthiest and happiest version of yourself, which is super sad, but it might be super true. You cannot hesitate taking care of yourself, even if other people are not in agreement with that. Walking a single life in your journey and wherever you are right now in your circumstance, what you can control is you working on you, and that will only benefit you in the future. And I know that it can be super frustrating, and let me tell you, it doesn't change. It just turns into something else. If it's not singleness, then it's waiting for a marriage proposal of when it's going to happen, right? Then once you're engaged, then it's figuring out all of the wedding planning. And then once you're done wedding planning, you get married, and then all of that excitement of planning something, it's almost like you are mourning that, because all of a sudden it's like, what do I look forward to now? Yes, to each day of being with my spouse, but we amp up so much all these huge milestones that people don't really truly teach us how to live in the day-to-day moments that might be super boring, or there's nothing exciting happening, but you can still find so much fulfillment in the day-to-day. But I always hear this, where my wedding was the best day of my life. Friend, no. It's an awesome day of your life, but the best day of your life should be today. Not when you find your partner, not when you get engaged, not even when you have your child. I just had a child. That was not the best day of my life, but it was a huge part of my life. It was a huge moment in my life. But I want today to be the best day of my life because I'm alive now, and I do not want my happiness to be tied to a huge event. Because what happens when, let's just say, my marriage, my wedding was 5 years ago. If that was the best day of my life, I still have a whole heck of a lot of life in front of me. I want today to be the best day of your life. Because if it's not wedding planning, right, then you're married, and then it's waiting for that kid, and then that kid is here, and pregnancy can be really hard, and then your child is here, and no one really talks about the first 2 weeks of having a newborn, and it is so emotional and so wild. It's such a wild ride, right? Where you're going up and down, and you're putting so much into one event, one moment, that it can really start to mess with your happiness. That you can really find happy in the mess. You can really find happy and fulfillment on the waiting journey and really develop yourself. So I don't know if this is exactly what you would want to hear as a single person or married person or pregnant person or whatever. I just truly firmly believe that it is up to us and how we choose to live life, our mindset in the midst of life, of what is going to happen next. That today, right now, what we choose, the habits that we make, the habits that we form, the mindset that we have, who we associate ourselves with, is only preparing us for the next thing. So being single, yes, pray for your future spouse, for sure. Even write them a little letter that you've been waiting for them. Sweet. But let me tell you this, We cannot pour all of that into the next event or that person. Friend, thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of Rewritten. I appreciate you. Link arms with other women who are living like you want to live. Link arms with a community that is so steadfast in faith and belief and how you want to live. You won't feel so alone on this journey, but be your biggest cheerleader. Friend, thank you for listening to Rewritten. I need you to know this. I love being a mentor. I love being a leader, and I love having a team-based business. My team-based business is living fit, self-care, linking arms with other beautiful people who are living fit and living more fulfilled each day. I would love for you to check out our team. I would love to talk to you about it. It is my favorite thing. I love having a business. I love having a business that is about self-improvement. And it just seems like you listening to Rewritten, that might be just the thing for you. Go ahead and screenshot this episode, upload it to Instagram, tag me, let me know how this spoke to you. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you soon.